What's up, goats? Welcome, Young Bucks and Goats, episode 46. Let me get this helmet off, dude. I can't even. Chin strap. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining me. I got Hialeah Comic Bro here. He's been on the show a bunch of times. Known this guy a long time. We're going to talk a little bit of football today. Football season. We had the first game, and we got a full slate of games tomorrow. If you're already subscribed, by the way, to the channel, thank you. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button if you like it. And what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Dude, I am doing great. I've been looking forward to this all day, man. Dude, it's Foosball Eve, baby.
You're excited, dude.
Dude, I can't wait, man. Thursday was just like a little appetizer, bro. Tomorrow, man, I got we're making some chicken breast. I'm doing some jalapeno poppers. I got my drink. I'm gonna get my drink on, and dude, I'm gonna sit my ass in front of the TV at 1. Probably I'm gonna start at 12, and I probably won't get out of that until like 7:30. Take a shower, and then boom, sit my ass right back down, dude, and watch that night game. I cannot wait.
Hell yeah! You got the food lined up already. You got all this stuff planned in your head. That's awesome. Hey, tell me though, you're gonna be doing like some show, right? Tomorrow too?
Monday at 7. We're gonna be doing it during the first Monday night game. We're just gonna be talking about the games tomorrow on my channel. I'm gonna be with Steve Whiting and with Big Remo, and we're just gonna be talking about the games. Some new show I got started going on with Steve. It's gonna be called The Johnson Show, and we're just gonna talk different shit on the show. And Monday, we're doing football, baby. Football.
Hell yeah! What's up, Edwin?
What's up, Edwin? Mi gente.
So what is the Johnson Show, bro? Is it gonna be that football always, or that's just
the
first episode? Okay,
dude, that's just the first episode. I think we're gonna be switching it around. We are gonna be doing comic book stuff related. We're gonna be. I know we have an artist lined up. It's gonna be like every other week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. It's not gonna be a weekly show, but it's just something we want to get going on. And it's gonna be sports, fantasy. Anything that's kind of like what you do, man, and we're just gonna go with that, and but more comic book related, every now and then and stuff. And have some special. We'll probably have a guest on every other week or whatever. But play it by ear, baby.
What is up in the comic world, dude? Right now, what's going on?
Dude, modern books, bro. Everybody's like on this tiff with all the modern books and trying to cash in on modern books, man. Miles Morales, like 2020 is COVID-19, but it's also the year of Miles Morales, because all his books are on fire. Null, Venom, Donny Cates, Riri, all the girl heroes and all that stuff, man. Those books are just shooting up like crazy. But yeah, man, and a lot of people are selling those books, getting them graded, selling them, and buying some older books, man. That seems to be the trend right now.
What I know you're not a big DC guy.
No.
What the hell is going on with them, dude?
With DC, as far as what?
DC Collectibles, for example. They're gone. They fired everybody.
Yeah.
And then I heard that the DC Comics distribution got moved out of Diamond also.
Yes.
And they're now they're using multiple distributors. I know you're not affected because you don't buy any DC books that I know of.
Very rarely.
Any of your boys that buy DC books?
Oh yeah, man.
What are they going through?
people still, there's a lot of hot books in DC, but yeah, there's a lot of turmoil in DC. I know their books come out now, I think on Tuesdays, since they're not using Diamond, but they got a lot of stuff going on. Oh my God, it's oh my God, what's the characters, dude? All these, the Robin, there's like a new evil Robin or some shit, and Punchline, and they got a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of hot books there. But it's like you said, man. I'm not a DC guy at all. Very minutely, man, minutely. But yeah, DC seems to be in a bit of a turmoil. They don't bring out as many books as they used to. So
yeah, that's a mess, dude. All right. Before we get into the football, dude, real quick, we've talked about this subject ourselves on here on the show. I've talked about it with other people who serve in the military and everything. 9/11 was yesterday. It's not today. I don't want to talk about like any conspiracies or anything like that. The only thing I want to say is, rest in peace to all the victims there and all the heroes, that helped that day. And a lot of them lost their lives. And I read something, man, the other day, and I was like, damn, that's so true. Like we had that moment when that happened, and like the whole country came together, and like nobody was really, talking about this party or what party are you, like everybody really got together, and we all, got out of that thing together. I hope we can somehow get back to that kind of mentality without a catastrophe happen. Sometimes you need something like that to happen to do that, but
right.
It'd be nice, dude, if we could get back to something like that without, that kind of major
the division that we have now, man. It seems like the name calling, and I'm not going with any side, man, but it just needs to stop, dude, because it's you know what? The only word I could come up with is it's pathetic, bro. I just want to get, not that I want to get back to that, but yeah, that unity that we had after 9/11 was, I hate to say it, but something good that came out of that tragedy.
Yeah, man, it's too divisive right now, dude. Everything is like you can't even have a conversation, with some people.
I try to stay out of it, man. Randy, let me ask you a question. Do you remember where you were when you heard about the airplanes and all that? Was that like the John F. Kennedy getting shot moment for us? It was one of the moments. I have another one in my lifetime that I remember was I believe it was the Challenger when it blew up. I remember where I was at, but then it's 9/11. Do you remember where you were?
Of course, the Challenger. Of course, many of us were in school.
Yeah, man.
They roll out that TV, every once in a while. So I think so many people around our age, even though I like having you on the show because I feel like a young buck when I have you here. A little bit of an older goat over there. But anyways, so that one for sure. You were in school too, right, for the Challenger?
Dude, I was in school, but I actually found out, man, we were on our lunch break, and we walked over. There used to be a cafeteria over by the Wendy's, by the school, and we went there every lunchtime, right?
By Driver's Ed, right? That was Driver's Ed out there?
Yeah, right by Driver's Ed, and now it's a Jerry's and Joe's, but back then it used to be like a little cafeteria, and we would go there every lunch break. And I remember standing at the window. I think I was ordering like a pan con croqueta or some shit like that, and that's when we found out, dude. And I remember I just went cold, dude, and I just went blank, and I couldn't believe it. And then when we got back to school is when everything hit.
We're talking about the Challenger right now, right?
Yeah, the Challenger.
Okay, yeah. I was in 5th grade, man, and we just didn't know what the hell was going on. We were little kids.
Yeah.
Just like, what just happened? Is that supposed to happen? Whatever. We didn't know. But yeah, it's crazy, dude. But to answer your original question, the 9/11, do I remember? Fuck yeah, I remember, dude. I was working at it was Bank of America at the time, and I was in actually, it's funny. I have my headphones on today because I was wearing a little freaking headphone with a little thing, and like, beep, beep, a call would come in. Beep, beep, a call would come in. They were all pissed off. Nobody ever calls the bank to say, hey, you guys are so awesome. Everybody's like, where's my money? What's up with these fees? I already hated the job at the time, so I was pissed off about that. to be there. You get a little feedback?
No, man, you sound great, man.
Okay. So we had, it's called an Inova board. So it looks kind of like my thing that says down there, Young Bucks, Old Goats, episode 46.
Right.
That thumbs up, right? So you're getting little news flashes. So sometimes that would usually say 46 calls waiting. It would tell you how many calls are waiting, average hold time, whatever. And I see flash across that a plane crashes into one of the Twin Towers, into the World Trade Center, I think they said. I was like, wow, that's so fucked up. I told the person next to me, I go, what the fuck? Wow, dude. And minutes later, another one comes out, and I'm like, are they just putting that again on the board, or is this another one, a second plane? All that's happening, then another thing comes out with the other one. And I'm like, holy shit, this is the end of the world, and I'm gonna be stuck at this piece of shit job here. They wouldn't let us leave, bro. Can you?
No, dude, it was terrifying.
So that was my moment. Eventually, some people left. I had to stay the whole day because I didn't have any kids or anything like that. So they really, but it was, and then I remember, dude, being glued to that television for 2-3 days, super depressed, just looking at those images over and over and over again. I got the wrong banner. That's what we're on. So yeah, man, never forget those moments. How about you, man? Where were you for the 9/11?
Dude, I was at Publix at the store in Miami Lakes, and I was the manager in charge. So I was I was the manager in charge of the store because there was like some golf tournament, and like the store manager took off, the assistant took off, and I was the customer service manager. And dude, and all of a sudden we started getting news and all this shit, and then I went to a little TV in the back of the store, and dude, just in total shock, man. And like you say, everybody came back from the golf tournament because people were freaking out. I was dying to get out of there to go pick up my kids, man, because nobody knew, man. That was just everybody was just scared, man. I remember going to I was able to leave and pick up my kids and then just go home, man, and be in total silence, and just not believing what I was watching on TV, man. It was just surreal. I can't believe it's been 19 years, bro. I just can't. It's
it's fresh.
It's that wound is still open, man. I'm sorry.
It's just the succession of events that happen. So like plane crashes, Pentagon, building falls, another plane gets down here, weapons of mass destruction. We're gonna invade over there. Patriot Act, like
everything changed, bro.
Everything changed, dude. Just like now with the COVID, everything has changed now again. It's like one of those reset moments, one of those life-altering moments. All right, dude.
Reset. That's perfect what you just said, man. Reset.
Yeah. Because shit changes, dude. You can't go back. You can never go back to post 9/11 right now.
No.
Just go to the airport. You'll see real fast that you can't. You used to be able to go with like your driver's license and like whatever, dude. Just walk on. I mean, things change. And this now, things are gonna change, man. Or they have changed, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. I just wanted to mention that since it was yesterday, and fucking big life-altering event. All right, but today we want to focus. I see somebody already is asking for advice here. I don't know how many championships we have between us, so take our advice with a grain of salt. What do you think about that question, Hialeah?
Dude, I'm starting DK Metcalf. I love that. Yeah, it's Seattle, and I forget who they're playing, but I'll just put it to you this way: I got Lockett, and I'm starting Lockett. I think they're going to have a good game. And
I have Lockett also. I
have Lockett in my main league, and I'm starting his ass big time.
Let's see. Who are they playing? Let me take a look real quick here.
James Robinson, that's Jacksonville. They're playing – oh, my God, who are they playing? God bless.
The Seahawks are playing the Falcons, by the way.
The Falcons secondary sucks. Start Lockett. James Robinson is playing the Colts. The Colts defense is freaking money. I will go DK Metcalf, definitely.
Do you remember when this guy called him Decaf Metcalf last year on Monday Night Football? Were you
No,
watching?
no, no, I didn't. But it's perfect.
So funny.
Dude, that
Uh,
guy's a monster, though, man. He's massive.
dude,
He's,
let's just look at the schedule while we're at it here. Let me see if I can share this. Share screen.
I just gotta say, man, the NFL knocked it out with these freaking schedule. This opening week schedule is freaking dynamite, dude. There's so many games. I can't. I watch on the red zone, and I can't wait to see that red zone, dude.
Yeah. I guess we should talk about this game real quick here. The Chiefs Texans opening game.
Yeah, man.
That was kind of a coming out party for this kid, which I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce his name properly.
Hialeah.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
He had, I think, like 100 yards.
138. He had 138 and a touchdown. No catches, though. That was surprising.
That's what I was going to check. Yeah, no catches. That will come, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Time. He went high in a lot of fantasy drafts.
Yeah, I took him. I think I took him 3 times. I did like I did 4 drafts, and I took him 3 times just because of where I was drafting. Like I was drafting like in that 8, 9 spot, and that's usually where he went.
Yeah, that Kansas City always seems to have a guy that's the new hot commodity, and I can't remember who it was last year. If it was Damian Williams, he was going in the first round, and then he didn't.
And Kareem Hunt before that.
Yeah. So let's see what happens with this kid. Good game. Mahomes looked pretty good. A lot of memes about this guy's face, Andy Reid's face guard.
Oh yeah, the mask.
Yeah. But Texans didn't really seem to be in the game at all, really, ever.
You know what I noticed from the Texans? David Johnson's going to be fine, but losing Hopkins took away a lot from that team. They just didn't seem. Watson just didn't seem his old self. I think he's got to find his way, man, because they still got playmakers. But I know the Chiefs, the Houston Texans played the Chiefs in man. I mean, they played zone, and they were daring Mahomes to beat him with the dink and dunk and the 10-yard. There was not too many big plays. And dude, that guy is money, bro. That guy is so good, and he just tore him apart, bro.
So good and so young.
Dude, that kid is dynamite, man.
He's played 30-something games, which is most of the time at 30-something games, you're like, oh, is this guy going to develop into a player? I'm thinking of the Dolphins, all this misery I've lived through. But usually, 30-something games, you're still like, we don't know what this guy is yet. Let's give him some more time. This guy's already Super Bowl champion, MVP, $500 million contract. It's amazing, dude. That's a once-in-a-generation kind of guy.
But Randy, take off Miles' comment real quick.
Yeah.
Think about Kansas City, bro. They moved up to draft him. No, he was on nobody's draft board to go that high. They held him out the whole year until the last game. They got rid of their starter. They sent him to Washington. And dude, they knew what they had before they drafted him, dude. It's just, and the kid's might be one of the greatest ever to play, and the kid's amazing, bro.
Hey, Hialeah, you forget Alex Smith that year had a freaking amazing season, dude. He made it kind of they knew what they were doing, but he didn't make it easy for them. He had like an MVP type season that year. People forget because he went to Washington and he got injured and all that. But that guy played great that year, dude. And he
was a Pro Bowl, right?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he was.
Yeah, dude. But they jettisoned his ass out of there right after the season, dude. They knew what they had.
Let me look at this year with the point spreads. So the Patriots are The Patriots are favored?
I can barely see it. Is it? Yeah, they're favored by 6?
Yeah. This game is in New England, I imagine.
Yes, it is.
All right. Yes, it is, of course. That makes sense then.
Does it? You think? Or is that just being very, you know?
We beat them for the first time there last year in a decade, I think, man.
Yeah,
So
dude, but no Brady.
Cam Newton has we don't know what Cam Newton we're getting, right? But
You don't
Cam
know.
Newton has traditionally torched the Dolphins. You get 3 points, right? Usually just off the bat for being at home. So they're giving them another 3, another field goal. I don't know, dude. That sounds reasonable. A little higher than I expected, but
I think it's a little high. I think I would, not that I know anything about betting or anything like that, but I think it's a high. I think I would take Miami with that.
That sounds like a good pick on the Miami side, yeah, because you're getting basically a touchdown.
A touchdown, dude. And Miami played. If anything, dude, Miami didn't give up on last year, and they could have easily have done that last year, and they didn't.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Fitzpatrick. Say whatever you want, but that guy, he's like a gamer, veteran, and he throws his interceptions and all that. I'm not saying he's like franchise quarterback, but that guy, he's got some heart, dude. Like he's out there to win, man. He'll put his nose in there. Like I'll take that over a little bit more talent and somebody who goes out of bounds, when they need to get that extra yard or takes the slide, just to not get hurt.
Dude, he's the perfect guy to have ahead of Tua.
Yeah. So some of that stuff could rub off on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up here, I'm looking at Cleveland at Baltimore, and they got the Ravens favored by about 8 points. If I were betting, I'd probably take the Ravens here, dude. I'm not a Cleveland fan or a Baker Mayfield fan.
I gotta see it first, and I haven't seen it yet, so I would have to agree with you.
You got to see it from him, you mean?
Yeah, I gotta see it from him because their team is stacked, bro. It's stacked. But Baltimore, it's Harbaugh, it's Lamar Jackson. They just play hard ass football, dude. They just hit, and you can't go against that. Cleveland, they got all those money players and all the different positions, but are they too? They're not. They're more diva. Baltimore is more hard nosed, man.
I'm trying to switch this up a little bit. Sorry. Excuse me here. How the hell do you do this thing? Okay. Dude, and people thought the Browns were going to the Super Bowl last year.
I think they're going to be better this year, though, man. I don't want to hate on them, but I just think Baltimore is just a solid-ass team.
Yeah. All right. We got the Jets at Buffalo, and the Bills are favored by about a touchdown. 6 points, actually. Yeah, about 6 points.
I'm surprised they're not favored by more.
I was about to say the same thing. We're on the same page so far with everything here.
I'm surprised they're not favored by more. Buffalo's defense is stacked. Their offense is good. I love Josh Allen. He seems to me to be a leader, not maybe the best passer as far as accuracy and all that, but he's a leader. The Jets are a fucking mess, bro. I don't know.
I was about to say that the Jets are a disaster, dude. How long is Adam Gase gonna last there?
Dude, how did Adam Gates get a job after the Dolphins?
I mean, here's the main problems I see with that guy. Like, his solution to everything is to get rid of people. So, like, he got rid of a lot of guys down here because he didn't get along with them or whatever. He's having similar issues over there. And his coaching in general seems to be worse over there. I mean, he came here and he got the Dolphins to the playoffs that first year, so that bought him, the rest of the time he had here. But, I don't think he's going to last long this year unless he turns that around real quick.
Dude, he just seems like a weasel, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't believe anything that guy says. He just seems like a weasel, and I can't believe his players would back him up, man, because He's like a used car salesman as a head football coach, bro. He's
Hey,
horrible.
Hialeah, I'm gonna remove myself for 1 second. I'm gonna go get a lighter, and I'm gonna let you talk about the Raiders matchup. You know who they're playing. I don't have to remind you. Who are they
No,
playing?
they're playing Carolina tomorrow. 1 at Carolina.
I'll be right back. Tell us about that game, and I'll be right back.
Dude, of course, I'm going for the Raiders, but I do have Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team, so I hope he does well, but they lose. I love Derek Carr, man. I think he just needs to open it up, spread the ball around. He's got some weapons now. Brian Edwards, I think he was a fourth round pick. I'm sorry. They got Ruggs. I can't wait to see Jonathan Abrams. He was the third number 1 pick we had last year. He got hurt. He hurt his shoulder, but he's gonna be back and healthy. And that guy's like a Ronnie Lott kind of guy, and I can't wait to see him lay some wood on some guys tomorrow. So
What's
yeah,
his name?
Jonathan Abrams, and he got hurt like after the first game last year, dude. But that guy just plays fucking hard, bro. Josh Jacobs. I'm happy with the way the Raiders going. I don't know. I'm happy. I think they got an outside shot to make the playoffs, but we will see. But I haven't liked the direction they're going. Next week they're at New York. They're at home. They're opening up the Death Star next Monday night, which I can't wait to see that, man. That stadium is gorgeous. So we will see.
So the Panthers are 1.
That's an even, bro. That's a push. And I think that's a good line, man. I think the Raiders have a better team than Carolina. Carolina changed coaches. They got Teddy Bridgewater, which I do like, but I don't think he's nothing special. McCaffrey's basically it, bro. And DJ Moore. They got DJ Moore at receiver, which is very good, but they lost Kuechly. Their defense isn't what they used to be, so I hope the Raiders start out at 1-0.
How long before they burn out McCaffrey the way that they've been using him? He's not really. I mean, he's not a tiny dude, but he's not like a big bruiser. I'm a little bit concerned with the workload that kid's getting, man.
Dude, I drafted him. We were talking off air, and I sucked in my fantasy league last year. I just had no luck, and players got hurt and whatnot. But so I had the number 1 pick, and I got McCaffrey, and I was thinking about that, but I think he turns 25 this season, so he's not there yet. But I do have the same concerns. I just think it's maybe a year or 2 away. But what I'm scared of is that they're just going to stack the box, man, and he's just going to be running against eight in the box. So we'll see what happens. But I think he was like that last year too. So and it wasn't a concern. So, dude, that guy's a baller, bro.
Yeah, he's not by any means, old. I would like to see him maybe start scaling him back a little bit now so he can last.
Well, I hope they do that next year. I hope they do that next year.
Yeah. Well, he's on my team. I've had him for 2 years, so
You're right there with me.
Yeah.
What's up, 90? Yeah, I had him the year before, dude, and I loved him, dude. So I was more than happy to get him again.
What's up, dude?
What's up, 90?
Next game I have here is Seattle at Atlanta, and the Seahawks are favored by 1.
Yeah, dude. See, Atlanta's defense is not what it used to be. Not that they were ever a monster defense, but their secondary was a lot better. So I think Seattle's going to tear. I think Wilson's going to tear them up, but we'll see. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking Seattle all the way there. I kind of wish I was gambling. That sounds like an easy one, but when they sound easy, they usually aren't.
Yeah, there are no gimmies in the NFL, bro. There's no 100%, bro.
That's why Chris Berman always used to say, that's why they play the games. You never know. All right, next we have a conference game here. Philadelphia at Washington. The Eagles are favored by 6. What are you thinking?
And that's without their starting running back because Miles Sanders is out for tomorrow. But yeah, you got to go. Man, I think that's a yeah. Let's go Heat. Yeah, I think that's a high. That line is high, man, because Philly's receivers are pretty whack. So I think that line is high. I think Washington's defense is a lot better than people give them credit for.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it's a division game. Those games are usually a lot closer, man. They're not usually blowouts.
Yeah. Carson Wentz under center. If this guy goes out for the year again, what do you do if you're the Eagles? Yeah.
Dude, he's good, bro.
Yes, but he's made of paper mache.
Yeah, he's gotta not take those hits, bro. He's like what was that guy from Washington, Griffin? Robert
RG3?
Griffin?
Yeah.
RG3, yeah. Not that he's anywhere near RG3, but he takes hits. He takes way too many hits.
But RG3 was running that pistol system where he would, run and do options and stuff like that. Wentz doesn't really do that, and he still goes down for the year like on a regular basis. I don't know, dude. It's just
he throws his body around, man. He throws his body around, and he needs to stop taking those hits.
But remember, they drafted that guy that I think he's going to be good, dude. Hurts. Is it Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts?
Is that his name?
Right, yeah, they did. The guy from Oklahoma that he was at Alabama.
Yeah.
But he's nowhere near close to starting now.
No, but I did like that pick as a little insurance policy.
I did too.
Especially with, the history that they've had. So you're thinking Washington. You're taking Washington there.
No, I'm taking with the line.
Yeah.
I'll take Washington.
You think Washington will
I think that game is a bit close.
All right. Now I guess this is gonna be the first one we disagree. I think Washington will cover that.
Well, no, I think they'll cover it.
I'm sorry, Philadelphia. Sorry, Philadelphia.
I think Philadelphia will cover it.
Yeah, I think Philadelphia will cover it. But I don't feel strongly about it. Anyways, let's move on. Chicago and Detroit. The Lions, this is Chicago at Detroit. The Lions are favored by 1.
It's at Detroit?
It's at Detroit.
Okay, Detroit's lose. Galloway, I believe, is not going to play, but it's not official yet, but he's doubtful. He's their main receiver. Stafford's back after missing pretty much the whole season last year.
So we don't really know what we're getting there.
Yeah, but Chicago, man, I'm not sold on Chicago either. I don't think their defense is as good as everybody makes it out to be. I'm gonna. Oh, dude, this is a gimme, bro. This could go either way. I think the line is perfect.
Yeah, flip a coin here, bro. I would never bet on this game ever.
No.
If you put a gun to my head, I'll take the Bears.
I'll take Detroit because they're home. I'll take Detroit because they're home, dude. That's basically all I'm basing it on.
Yeah, and I wouldn't gamble on that game. All right, Colts at Jacksonville. We briefly talked about this game. The Colts are favored by 7.5. Obviously, Jacksonville's in a rebuilding stage right now, and the Colts are kind of odd with the quarterback situation too. It's kind of weird. We talked about this before with Philip Rivers under center.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I think this is my pick of the week, bro. I'm taking Indy. I'm taking the 7.5 and taking it to the bank, bro. I think this is probably the easiest game to pick this week.
I mean, I could see a blowout here for sure. Obviously, that's why it's 7.5. But I could see Rivers getting off on the good foot. Throwing maybe 3 touchdown passes. Spreading it around a little bit.
Dude,
hopefully. Sorry, go ahead.
I see it with the Colts running the ball, dude. Remember, the Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. They picked up Jonathan Taylor, in the, I believe it was what round was it? It might have been the second round. And dude, I just think they're gonna control the ball, and Jacksonville hopefully gets the ball. I'm going Colts all the way, dude. This is my pick of the week, bro.
All right. You heard it here first. Hialeah's lock of the week. Take the Colts. They're going to cover the 7.5. This is only for entertainment purposes, people.
Hey, we got another fantasy question. All
right, let me go. You got to tell me because I can't see. I'm on the stream over there.
Hamburger helper.
Hamburger helper, like the username. What's up, fellas? If Mike Evans is a no-go in a full PPR, Justin Jefferson or Jalen Reagor?
Bro, they're both rookies. Jalen Reagor is coming back from, I believe it was a shoulder injury. Justin Jefferson, I believe, is starting opposite Adam Thielen for Minnesota.
And that's Minnesota, a pretty good guy to start opposite of.
Who's Minnesota playing? They got a. Oh my God, who's Minnesota playing? I know. They're at home against Green Bay.
Which is the next game we have to do. So this is a very good question.
Who would you take in this matchup?
Man, I like Justin Jefferson.
I gotta go Justin Jefferson too, man. Just because Jalen Reagor lost a lot of time. They had no preseason games. That had to hurt them. And I believe Justin Jefferson is starting. I got to go Justin Jefferson, as well.
Yeah. I guess that's a consensus over here.
Yeah.
And let's just talk about that game while we're at it. The point spread.
Green Bay at Minnesota.
Yeah. Vikings by 3.5.
Who do you like? What's the line?
3.5.
Ooh, close.
So by 3.5. So, I mean, this is basically a pick 'em. If you look at it, Minnesota's at home. They're getting 3.5. You usually get like 3 points just for being at home. So This could go either way. I don't feel strong about this game, but we're talking a little fantasy while we're doing this. Surprising that Aaron, I don't know about the leagues you drafted in. Aaron Rodgers in years past used to be, I saw some crazy people draft him in the first round, sometimes second, but consistently like third, round guy kind of. I think this year I saw that guy go like 8th, 9th, 10th round. I don't know about you, what you saw.
Bro, in I believe I had him 2 years ago, and I remember I was the first. It's a 10 player league, full PPR. And I remember I was the first person to take a quarterback, and I took Aaron Rodgers, and I took him in the 4th because he was just too good to pass up in the 4th. And he had a good year, nothing out of this world, but he had a very good Aaron Rodgers. Because the thing about Aaron Rodgers, dude, he doesn't throw picks, so he really doesn't hurt you. It's almost every game's a plus. This year in that same league, he won in the 12th.
This year
he went in the 12th. Bro.
Wow, bro. So that's the point I'm making.
He went in the 12th, and I got to tell you, I waited on my quarterbacks this year, and I was just taking running backs and receivers, and I took my first quarterback, I think it was in the 11th, and I took Daniel Jones ahead of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The guy's kind of at least average draft position wise falling off the map. I agree with you. I don't value the quarterback position in fantasy
at all.
I've always been able to. You can pick guys up off the wire sometimes, dude. That'll help you. Phillip Rivers, notoriously on the wire. Yeah,
Randy. Going back to Thursday's game, it was Deshaun Jackson and Mahomes. Mahomes is. It's either him or Lamar Jackson that went first in fantasy.
Deshaun Watson, you mean, right?
Deshaun Watson. Yeah, okay. It was Deshaun Watson, but it was Lamar Jackson and Mahomes that went usually in the first or second round, right? Mahomes only gave you 20 points on Thursday, bro.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson only gave you 20 points. He was another high pick for as far as the earlier quarterbacks to go. Dude, you're going to tell me Jared Goff can't get 20 points tomorrow night, I bet you he gets more than 20 points.
There's guys out there. I think it's good to just leave that for later, bro, because there's 30 of them. Most of the time, you're in a 10 or 12 team league. The 13th quarterback, which most people are not gonna, as long as everybody doesn't draft 2 and 3 backups, the 13th quarterback is probably close to the 7th quarterback. So it's not like you're gonna lose a shit ton. But on the receivers, you could end up getting fucked like I do every year if you don't get them.
Any given week, a Ryan Tannehill is gonna be better than freaking Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. The thing about Lamar Jackson though is his running, and that's a plus. That's a little different.
Yeah, my team is super tied to whatever Mahomes does. Mahomes has a good game, I'm probably gonna win. Mahomes has a game like this game, I may not win. Mahomes is injured, and he missed some games last year. It really hurt me. So. Yeah, nice to have him, but also kind of, there's bad things about it too. So, dude, getting back to this game, man, I'll throw a dart up there, and I'm gonna just go with the home team, dude, because they're at home. But this thing can go either way, obviously.
I'm going Vikings as well.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to the Chargers at the Bengals. The Chargers are favored by 4.
Dude, I think this game is dangerous, bro.
Right? Anything can. Obviously, though, the money's coming in on the Chargers because Joe Burrow, like I like to call him, he got his debut, Joe Burrow, and that's going to be interesting, man, to see his career play out.
I think this game is a trap, dude. I'm going Bengals, dude. The Chargers lost their best player on defense, Derwin James. They're starting Tyrod Taylor, which is I think he's a very serviceable quarterback, but they don't got no Melvin Gordon. It's Eckler. I think it's a trap game. I'm going Bengals on this one, dude.
This may be a sneaky pick for the Bengals. If I were betting, man, you're getting the 4 points. They're at home, debut for your top pick there. Yeah, bro.
Dude, the starting 7 on defense for the Bengals are solid, dude. And their defensive line is freaking solid. And people don't give them credit for it because they suck so bad. But they're not as bad as people think. They're getting AJ Green back. Tyler Boyd is a very good second receiver. They got Mixon. Dude, I got to go get me some of that tomorrow, man. You're the one that turned me on to that. I got to get back on that.
Shout out to Woodford Reserve. Cracked that open today. It's fucking delicious. I got to be careful. That thing's so delicious. I don't realize how much of it I drink. All right. Yeah. That might be like your number 2 lock, not lock. This is like a sneaky play of the week, maybe, right?
Yeah, this is a sneaky play, dude. I'm going Bengals, bro.
All right, I'm with you. All right, we got another. I thought this game would be more interesting. Arizona. Okay, they're at the Niners. This is probably why the big point spread here, 7.5 for the Niners. That is next to the Chiefs that were favored by 10.5. That's the biggest point spread of the week. Same as the Colts. What are you thinking there?
I'll take Arizona, man, to cover that spread. I think San Francisco's offense is going to take a step back. They lost Deebo Samuel. They lost, I forget the guy, how do you pronounce it? Ayuk. That was like their number 1 pick or number 2 pick, a big receiver that they were expecting things from. And Arizona, man, Kyler Murray. I expect big things from Kyler Murray. He's got D Hopkins now.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if they're gonna win, but I think they'll cover that spread. I don't think San Francisco's a gimme by no stretch of the word.
They grinded out a lot of games.
Yeah.
They really. Yeah, maybe a little Super Bowl hangover. I I think the Niners will win, but yeah, they may not cover that spread. That may be. I think that's going to be a competitive game. Maybe close, way closer than that. I think.
Dude, they still got Fitzpatrick, even though he's old as balls. That guy's a great number 2 to Hopkins now.
Fitzgerald,
Fitzgerald, because he catches everything. And I think, like last year was Lamar Jackson's coming out party. I think Kyler Murray's gonna be coming out this year, dude. That guy's gonna fucking shine this year.
Yeah, dude, you just throw Hopkins in that guy's lap all of a sudden. That's like getting a turbocharger in your Ferrari. You know, that's
definitely.
Okay, this is interesting game here. We got the debut of Darth Brady in Tampa Bay versus Drew Brees in New Orleans. So he's at the Saints. Saints are favored by 4.5. I'll take this one first, dude. This is probably wishful thinking on my part too. This is where my emotions get the best of me. I'm going to say that the Saints are going to cover that at home. I'm going to say Tom Brady, he's such an elderly man that it's going to take him some time to even learn where his locker is and like who the players are. You know, I'm being facetious, but it's probably going to take him a little bit of time. You know, it's not going to be like, like it was in New England, dude, where he knows what's going on. I think there's going to be an adjustment period. I could be absolutely fucking wrong. He could come out and fucking tear it up tomorrow for all I know. But I'm thinking it's going to be a frustrating afternoon for Tom. Where are you at with this game?
I agree with what you're saying. I think there is going to be an adjustment period, but I believe also he was practicing when they were told not to practice.
He was doing violations, dude.
Yeah, and he was doing that to get us assimilated with his receivers. It's 4.5 points. I still think New Orleans. I feel you, and I love Brady. I know you hate that, but I love Brady. But I think it's going to take a time to gel. They might be missing Mike Evans, which I don't think is all that much. But the Saints defense is good. They're a very underrated defense, and they got that continuity with Breeze, Michael Thomas. They got Emmanuel Sanders now. They just signed Alvin Kamara to a big-ass deal, and they're at home. So I agree with you. I think New Orleans takes that one.
All right.
Great matchup, though, man, for week 1, though.
I want to watch that. I would want to watch that game if I was going to watch it.
Great games this weekend.
What do you think we're gonna get out of Gronk this year,
dude? I don't know, dude.
You're not expecting
where did you go in your fantasy draft?
I kind of asked because he was dangling out there towards the end, and I was like, why not? It would have been a backup for me. I think he kind of went like 8th round, 9th round, something like that.
About the same where he went in mine. That's about the same where he went in mine. He is the guy that picked him. It was his first tight end, and he is starting him. But I'm not expecting anything. You know what? He might get a lot of garbage touchdowns. Near the goal line, I could see Brady looking for him because he just knows what he's getting. But I don't think the yardage is going to be there. They also got O.J. Howard, man. Dude, they got, and they just picked up Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, bro. They're kind of fucking loaded. Now, I got to agree with you there on that. I see I was talking about the adjustment period earlier, and it's not going to be like New England. That's one thing that is going to be like New England, and that's one thing that's going to be like his little security blanket, and that's going to be Gronk. And, yeah, more so probably in that. He might have a good fantasy season just on the touchdowns.
On the touchdowns. Not so much the yardage, I believe.
Yeah, but that guy also another guy that it's hard for him to finish a season, so
exactly, dude. But you know what too, bro? Bruce Arians is a hell of a fucking coach. Bruce Arians is a fucking hell of a coach, bro. He's never won anything big, but I would love him to be my coach.
Yeah, he's an awesome coach, man. I got a lot of respect for that guy. Definitely upper echelon of coaches.
He's very respected in the league.
For sure. Where am I here? Am I sharing the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on then. So we both think the Saints are going to cover that?
Yes.
Okay. Dallas.
What's the line? I can't see it. 3?
Yeah. The Cowboys at the Rams. Cowboys by 3. -3.
What are you thinking?
Like, I don't feel super strong about this one either. If I had to pick, I'd probably lean towards the Rams on this one. But I'm not feeling super strong about it.
I'm going. The Rams are opening up that amazing stadium tomorrow, Sunday night. Of all the games, I think this is the shootout. I could see Goff going off. I could see Dak going off. I'll go Rams, man, just because I got Jared Goff starting. So I'm gonna take the Rams, and I think this. I'm hoping this is a fucking shootout, man. I think it will be. I think it has shootout. I got in my league. I got Cup and I got Goff. So I put them up, and I hope they do good. They do well.
So I did not realize that this is the opening of the stadium.
I think it's called the Allegiant Stadium. I could be wrong.
Let's see if I can pull up a picture of that real quick.
Allegiant. They just ended up on Hard Knocks, but I can't remember. Freaking. They share with the Chargers. They share the stadium with the Chargers, I believe.
Is it this thing?
Yeah, bro. It's a beautiful stadium.
Wow,
Not as
sick,
nice as the Death Star. Not as nice as the Death Star, but it's pretty freaking impressive.
This is their screen?
Yeah, dude. Crazy, right?
Oh man, it's pretty badass, dude.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that from the outside, bro.
Wow. That is cool. What's the name of the Death Star? Like official name.
I don't know.
Let's look at that one real quick while we're examining stadiums here.
Dude, it just look at that, bro. Look at that. That looks so elite. No, the Raiders is Allegiant Stadium. I just call it the Death Star, bro. Look at how badass that is, bro.
Why didn't they put these letters in silver, dude?
I don't know, dude, but I think that's amazing, bro.
No, yeah, it's fucking badass, dude. That is the Raiders Stadium for sure. There's no taking it.
Damn, dude.
The bum was here when they were building this thing. He happened to be in Vegas.
God, look at that, dude.
Super cool.
The Death Star.
All right. You're going to be going at some point, right?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I just probably after we're done with all this madness, I'll probably get some tickets in the next couple of years. I need to go see a home game over there. Definitely.
That's cool, man. All right. We got a couple of Monday night games. That takes us through Sunday's games. So a couple of Monday night games here. Steelers at the Giants. Steelers by 3. Steelers -3. How you feeling on this one?
Oh, dude, I'm going Steelers all the way. I think the Giants will be improved. Like I said, I drafted Daniel Jones in my main league and Golf as my backup, but I am starting Golf. Pittsburgh's defense is back. It's amazing how their defense is always good. Last year, they had no business finishing the way they did, and it was just because of their freaking defense. Kept everybody like to 10, 15 points, kept them in the game. So I'm going Pittsburgh, man. They're gonna. I see them making the playoffs again. They're making a return. Easy.
I'm gonna, and not because I feel strongly about anything. I'm gonna go Giants on this one, dude.
Nice.
Second year for their quarterback now. How do you feel about him? I think you said you took him, right, in one of your.
He was in my main league. I took him. I believe it was in the 11th round. I like him, dude. I really like him. I just don't like him in this game. He runs the ball. I believe he had like 2 or 3 4-touchdown games last year, dude. I was very surprised, and I took him. And I basically what I'm going to be doing is playing the matchup between him and Golf all year.
Hey, I got to bring somebody on, but he's not going to know what we're talking about unless I put this on. Hold on.
Hey, we got another question, bro. We got another question.
All right. Got my leather helmet on. Let me bring this guy. He's from this era. The Bum. What's up, Bum?
What's up, John?
What's going on? Late. But as they say, what is it that they say? Better late than never?
Better late than never.
What's up, John?
So I'm trying to cover all the bases. I got my Dolphin hat, but I got my Jim Brown.
Holy shit. Hell yeah.
One of the rare other jerseys that I will wear.
I have no problem with that. I have a few, but yeah, it does feel weird. Right? It almost feels like you're cheating on your wife or something, right?
How are you boys doing?
Doing excellent.
We're almost done with the games, and we still got to do a little of the fantasy stuff. So thanks for popping in, Bum.
Randy, let me ask you real quick. Did you realize you put 3 O's in the football?
Because it's football, bro. Football.
Hey, we got a question, bro. We got a question. Blue Crew Chip.
I fucked that up, dude. Let me fix
Blue
that.
Crew Chip.
Hold on. Let me fix that. And there we go. All right.
There you go.
Blue Crew Chip. What's up, dude? Thanks for putting up the show. We need help with flex start, standard scoring. Melvin Gordon, Marquise Brown, or Zach Moss. Already starting Kamara and Drake at running back, Godwin and Thielen at wide receiver. That's pretty solid over there already. So, Bum, you want to field this one since you're the de facto fantasy expert here. Most championships. John invented fantasy football. So we're going to let him take this one.
Wow. So thanks, Bum. How could I overcome that? So, by the rules, if you go standard scoring, Melvin Gordon would be the guy there. If it's a PPR, Marquise Brown would be the guy. Zach Moss, I believe, is going to unseat Devin Singletary eventually, but not exactly right now. So, it's Melvin Gordon if you go by the rules of fantasy football, right?
Dude, I'm with you, bro. John, you nailed it, dude. Melvin Gordon in the standard, Marquise Brown in the PPR, and Zach Moss is going to be a touchdown vulture for the Buffalo Bills, bro.
Yeah. And eventually I think he'll own that league. And,
I agree.
want to say, just before I was able to join and I was in the green room listening to you guys, I heard something being said about I think Raul, you said you own Daniel Jones.
Yes,
a very crafty move, I may say. That guy's going to be. I think that guy's going to be something down the road. Probably by the middle of the season, maybe towards the latter. But it's a good pickup by you. And certainly an interesting one. I think that's going to be a good deal down the road.
So,
yeah.
Sorry. Good move. I was just going to recap for Blue Crew because the bum gave you the full scenario there. Start Gordon. Don't get rid of Zach Moss. Keep that guy on your bench, basically.
Yes.
Right?
No.
Sorry, go ahead, Raul. You were going to say something.
No, you know what? Let's finish the spread and let's go into fantasy after that.
Okay, we're almost done. Bum, you want to pick that game that we just talked about? Pittsburgh at Giants, the Steelers -3. You got any feelings on that?
Well, talk about being conflicted and biased. That would be me in that game. I'm starting Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben in that. And I'm also starting the kicker, Chris Boswell. Obviously, the thinking is that the Steelers are going to be more powerful, or certainly better than the Giants in that case, and I would lean to that right now. I'm hoping that's the case for personal reasons too, right?
So you're going Steelers.
I didn't start Daniel Jones. I didn't start Daniel Jones, man. I'm going with Jared Goff this week.
No, that's probably a good move in this game. Absolutely. Yeah. Daniel Jones is a stash, right?
I'm gonna be playing them off each other depending on the matchup, man.
He's a streamer. The way
I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm streaming my quarterbacks. I'm streaming my quarterbacks. I took them both late. I believe I took Daniel Jones in the 11th. I took Goff maybe in the 13th, something like that. So,
very good value.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there should be fireworks in that game.
Yeah.
Dallas Rams. So yeah, that's a good play for sure. All right, let's the last game. We have our old buddy Bum Tannehill, the Titans, and they're going at the Denver Broncos, and this is basically a pick 'em. They're giving the Broncos the Broncos -3. So yeah, they're close game here.
Tennessee made it to the championship game last year. Don't forget that.
Took out Brady.
Yeah, I gotta say. And I think the other thing that people are not factoring into that, or maybe they are, or not giving it enough credit, the Titans signed Clowney. So they have an extra kind of edge rusher, disruptive defensive player. They're facing Drew Lock for the most part is, a rookie for the most part, right? I mean, technically it's his second year. They don't have Courtland Sutton. They're starting that whole backfield of Marvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay, and we're not really sure what's going to happen. So I don't know. You would think that the Titans, being as powerful as they got last year and deep into the playoffs, that they would be favored a little bit more in this game, but that's the deal, right? I mean, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown. I can't put my name on Ryan Tannehill yet, though. I suffered too much through that. I don't believe in that too much yet.
He had a great year last year, man.
Absolutely. Can't take that away from him, but man, it's kind of hard to put your cards on that. But the bottom line is they're facing a rookie quarterback. For all intents and purposes, you would think they would win, the Titans.
Yeah. They're getting points too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would go with Titans there.
Dude, sure. Titans all day. You didn't even bring up Von Miller's lost for the season.
That's right.
Bradley Chubb is coming back from a season-ending knee injury.
Yes.
They lost Sutton for this week. Pretty much a rookie quarterback. The Tennessee defense is solid. How are they going to stop Henry, bro?
Yes.
Hialeah, why is this point spread what it is, dude?
I don't know.
Why are we not pooling our money together, and why is this not the lock of the week?
This might be the lock of the week. It's at Tennessee, or because it's at Denver, right?
It's at Denver.
But here's another thing. Very late, if you look at rotoworld.com, there's like 3 Vic Beasley is out for the Titans, and another of their premier corner is out for Titans. So the Titans have lost two major defensive players like at the 11th hour, on top of wherever they were, initially with their point settings or whatever. They've lost some defensive players here in the 11th hour, and that may be why some fantasy guy who drafted the Tennessee Titans dropped them for the Chargers.
Okay, you know what I'm basing this on? Everything we just said, I like the Titans coach more than the Denver coach.
Oh, yeah. I would agree with you there.
I think he'll get those guys to play. And I just got to say, we're an hour and 5 minutes into this. Our thinking is a little skewed with the bubble. So if we make any mistakes, guys, just bear with us. But I'm going Titans.
I think it's a consensus, right?
I wish I would have talked to you guys before I cut the Titan defense and picked up the Charger defense.
So do you think? Are you going Titans bum or?
I mean, it's what makes sense. It really is what makes sense. But there's been some, like I said, there's been some 11th hour losses on the Titan defense here. And I don't know. We'll see. But
it's not a gimme by any means. It's not my lock of the week.
Yeah,
I'll take it as my lock of the week.
All right.
And we're gonna talk some fantasy. I'm gonna give you a sneaky play right now. And I don't know. This guy may even be. Can he be? He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be available. Is it Jerry Jeudy?
Yes. I was just gonna say I was gonna beat you to the sneaky play, but with Sutton out, Jerry Jeudy is a hot commodity. I'll leave it at that.
Well, you just told me there's some corners out too, which is kind of even making it seem like a better play.
Yes.
Might be a game where they're behind. Might be a game where they're tossing it up a lot.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say my sneaky play is Noah Fant, the tight end.
That is a good play too. I've seen that. Very nice. Hialeah, you got it covered, man. I like your thinking.
Hialeah, let's look at one of your teams. Should I share your screen here so we can check out what you got?
Let me tell you about this team.
Close out all the porn windows before I share.
Go ahead, bro. This is one of my sons got into fantasy for the first time, so he came over because he really doesn't follow football, but he started a new job. They do their fantasy, so he wanted me to do the draft. It's a 12-player PPR, 3 receivers, flex, and we had the 9th pick. And I did the whole draft for him, so it's basically, and I'll be the general manager of this draft of him going forward.
So you're Mike Mayock.
Yes, I'm the Mike Mayock of beginner's luck.
So what you're saying is that we need to hold you directly responsible for whatever this team is.
I am totally accountable.
Got it.
All right, I'm going to share your screen.
All right, if you can't see it, I'll let you know.
I am getting old and blind, so I have it there for younger eyes, but you may want to call those out for us.
Okay, with the first pick, I took Clyde Edwards, which did amazing on Thursday night. With the second pick, I took Julio Jones. Then I believe I took Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin. Then I took Mozart. I'm not going to go through the whole draft, man. You can see it right there, but I think I did well. I think we're pretty solid. We got good backups.
Just run down the roster real quick. Yeah, Kyler Murray at quarterback there.
I got Kyler Murray, Julio Jones, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Jones Jr., which is Galloway's, I believe, is limited tomorrow. We got Clyde. We got Mozart. A sleeper pick, Jonnu Smith for Tennessee.
Yep.
Kareem Hunt, who I think is another. I think he's very underrated. Then we got Slayton, Jordan Howard, Jamison Crowder, Marlon Mack. I took Daniel Jones in this league as well, and a super sleeper, Van Jefferson.
Hey, Marlon Mack is a starter for the moment, at least.
At the moment,
He's the starter for the moment. Exactly.
Yeah, I do believe that Jonathan Taylor will upset Marlon there eventually. Very short, actually, maybe a couple games.
But I agree, but Marlon Mack was there. I believe it was the 12th round. Why not take?
Yes, no, it's good value. He's gonna be the starter for a period of time, and then after that, if Jonathan Taylor, which everybody thinks is gonna, overcome him, I think he's still gonna split carries with him. So there's still value there, right? I do like this team. You got a very solid quarterback. You got one of the top receivers in Julio Jones. Clyde, that guy looks like to be a star. I think it's a good team. Definitely.
Yeah, McLaren is up and coming guy too. I mean, that guy that could be a real solid.
Yeah, I like Perry. You probably took him around too early, but he's still a good player.
Yeah, I can't remember which round I took him, dude. I don't know if it was 3 or 4. It was one of those two.
If it was 4, you hit it dead on.
Yeah.
If it was 3, maybe a little early.
Well, remember, we had like the 9th pick, so it was early 4 or late 3rd. So it was right in the area. So
yeah, that's solid. I like it.
I think so. I'm super happy with this. I hope, he doesn't know everybody in the league because he just started this job, and of course everything's from home. But his 2 bosses, I'm gonna just tell you one of his bosses. He picked up, I can't remember. He picked up Travis Kelce, and he took Kittles. He took the 2 top tight ends.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he's on Thursday, he was boasting. That's why you take 2 tight ends, because Kelce caught a touchdown. He only ended up with 17 points. That ain't nothing special.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And he has Kelce he has Kittles as his flex. I think that's a mistake. But that's just me.
Well, last year I had Waller and Ertz, but Waller was like a waiver wire pickup later. So
exactly. That's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't by design, but I ended up playing them a lot together.
Exactly. I don't have a problem with that, but I think he spent his second pick, and he used his second and his third pick on tight ends.
I won't criticize that until I would know exactly who was available at that time. But generally speaking, taking 2 tight ends so early is probably a bad move, right?
Recipe for disaster.
Now, having said that, it's not like he picked up 2 bums. Those are very good players.
He's very good, but I'd rather have either my second running back or my first receiver.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this, it has been my experience that if I don't have one of the top 2 tight ends in the league at that year, I have never won a league that I don't have a top tier tight end. Never. I've never won a league where I have a scrub at a tight end or even a middle level tight end.
That used to be a position of difficulty for me, but now we have a few more good tight ends.
I wait on tight end, dude. I had Kelce last year, and I took it to. I'm gonna wait on tight end. I don't gotta. If one doesn't fall to me, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait.
So I'll just tell you I'll give you a stark example. Last year, I had Hunter Henry. I finished 8th. The year before that, I had Zach Ertz, and I won. Mm-hmm. The year before that, I had Delaney Walker. Not much. The year before that, I won the league, and I had Travis Kelce.
Okay.
So for me, it's pretty stark.
Knowing what you just told me about your team, which is some valuable information for me going up against you in the league now that I have this intel, knowing that you do not do well when you don't have a great tight end. We're in a keeper league. Why did you choose not to keep Ertz? I mean, you had some really good other guys. Obviously, that's the reason. Dude, this guy had a keeper league. Well, last year, not this year, wasn't as strong as the year before. But last year, he kept his 3 guys, which were Chubb. Tell me who you kept.
Chubb, Mixon, and Michael Thomas.
Pretty good, right?
Nice.
Okay, listen to the guys he cut. He cut guys that were better than other guys' 3 keepers.
I cut Ertz, Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders.
No, Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, well, but that was a good move.
But at the time, it was not known that he still later went into the Patriots. Some people drafted him high still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Bum, who did you keep this year?
This year, I kept Thomas again, Mixon, and I kept Miles Sanders.
And you dropped Chubb.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Even though Miles Sanders is inactive tomorrow, that's
out.
fine. He's out.
I'm inactive. But
yeah, he's inactive. Dude, he's inactive. And you got Scott. You got Boston Scott. That's fine. I drafted Miles Sanders in my main league, and I'd rather have them sit him out this week and have him fully healthy than fuck him up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm worried about that, though.
No, I'm not, dude. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping you're right.
That's the one controversial move that he had on the keeper.
I would have dropped him too because Kareem Hunt.
I think what happens with Chubb and the reason everything that I've read and I actually experienced last year was that guy the year before when Kareem Hunt was there was just awesome. I mean, incredible. He's a great pure runner. But with Kareem Hunt there, he's a different back. He's good, but everything is reduced.
Exactly.
Reduced, and his touchdowns are reduced.
Especially in a PPR, Kareem takes it all.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're the coach and you got Kareem Hunt there, that guy's super talented, dude. He's still in his prime, really.
Dude, can you imagine if Chubb gets hurt and you have Kareem Hunt? That's why I took him pretty much in all my leagues.
It's a good move.
You'll win
dude, please fall. I remember I didn't want to take him too early. I didn't want to jump on him too early. And I was able to get him, I believe, in the 7th round of my main draft. And I was just fucking praying that he would come to me. Because, dude, I think he's going to be freaking money.
But I'm going to – Hialeah, you said it perfectly. But I'll tell you what the real value is. Mm-hmm. If Kareem Hunt gets hurt, Nick Chubb is the leading rusher in the league, period. I had him when he didn't have Kareem Hunt, and that guy's a badass.
Dude, he was breaking off like 90-yard runs.
I think there might be, if there's an injury in that backfield, like season-ending type injury, that could make or break somebody's season right there, depending on which side of that Kareem Hunt, Chubb situation you're on.
Absolutely.
Bum, let me see if I can pull up your team while you guys talk there so I can show that.
Dude, I'm putting my forces on Kareem Hunt because I was able to take him later. And the thing about Kareem Hunt, dude, that motherfucker never loses yards, bro. Even when he was at KC, he always got positive yards, dude.
Yeah.
I freaking love that guy.
Breakaway. He's a game breaker too. He's not a 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of guy.
No.
This is the Bums team. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Nice, bro. That's solid, bro. You got Jacobs too?
That was a situation because of our commissioner.
Dude, that's solid.
Would you say that's accurate, Randy? That was a commissioner flub? I don't know. I still had to make the pick, but I don't know if you want to explain that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I've had a few bourbons. I don't remember if we talked about this in the pregame, in the pre-show, Hialeah, or on the air, but there was like a snafu in our league
told me. Yeah, you told me.
Did I mention that before we started or
Yeah,
after?
before.
All right, I'll recap it real quick. The draft order got inverted at the last second. So the guy who was supposed to pick first ended up picking last. The guy who picked last ended up picking first. Let me ask you, you have no vested interest in our league, just as a fantasy football league player. If you're in a league and you have first, second, third pick, you've done your preparations, you're thinking you're going to pick there, and come the draft, instead of, let's just say you're me, I had the third pick. Instead of the third pick, all of a sudden now, and you're in a keeper league, which I almost think it's more important in the keeper league, because in the keeper league, we have 3 keepers. So we, in essence, that's a whole nother story if we want to talk about keeper leagues. But the way we're doing it is you got the first 3 guys, and then the draft starts in the 4th round, basically. Right. So in the 4th round, there's always those players that maybe weren't keepers last year, that weren't drafted on rosters, that are there, like a Jacobs, like the kid from Kansas City, because he's a rookie. There's no way you could keep him. He wasn't even drafted. So if you have one of the top picks in this situation, you could end up getting a 1st round caliber guy, in essence, with your 4th round pick, putting that side pin on what I'm about to tell you. So I had the 3rd pick. Somebody had the 2nd pick. Somebody had the 1st pick. Now all of a sudden we got 9th or 10th, 11th, 12th. The thing started. We drafted. What do you think? What would you try to do? Is there a solution? Should there be compensation? Should you just say, you know what, fuck it, we're only betting $50, let it ride? What would you do? What do you think is fair?
Okay, first of all, I think that's fucking bullshit. And I didn't even tell you this shit off air, dude, but that's bullshit. You don't fuck that up. You got fucking 6 months to get it right, and you're gonna fuck it up the night before or whatever. My league, they make fun of me. I'm called the mock guy because I fucking mock draft like you wouldn't fucking believe. And last year I sucked. My team, I was dead last. I had the number 1 pick this year. I already knew it, and I started mock drafting like in February. Then when the draft happened, I was fucking mocking. I would do like 3 or 4 mock drafts a day. That's just who I am. And so I knew where I was mocking. When my draft came, I knew exactly what scenario, because I had done so many of them, that I knew if this guy got picked, this is what I'm getting. I'm always the fastest picker because I just practice.
Yep.
I would have been pissed off as fuck. That's bullshit. But like you say, it's fucking fantasy. Fucking deal with it. Make the best of it. If you're not prepared, that's on you. Because shit happens. Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got an answer. I'm not going to do no compensation. I would just call bullshit. Maybe some compensation next year. Get the shit right. But this year is a wash as far as that goes.
Yeah. Right. Nobody has time to draft again. Here's something I said, and I was the first one to say, screw it, guys. It's a mistake. Let's just go with it. But then afterwards, I thought about it. Let's go with it. But, we should probably get those picks back next year. They should probably slot us in the first 3 guys, because the first 3 guys suffered the most. Give those 3 dudes 1, 2, and 3. The guys in the middle, from 4th to 7th, 5th to 6th, whatever. The guys at the end, you guys got a fucking gift, suck it up next year. Go back to where you were going to be this year. I thought that might have been like a fair solution. Give us 3 picks.
I agree. You can't do nothing this year. You got to leave it for next year.
Yeah. All right. Back to the Bums team here.
Wait, Bum, what do you think?
Well, I had suggested, so it's a long story, Hialeah. I mean, the commissioner, and I'm not trying to be disparaging or chauvinistic, it's a gal, and she's done, a reasonable job. But I felt that this keeper league was a little beyond the capabilities of the league and the commissioner. And I had suggested during the summer that we go back to a redraft, that we make it plain and simple, because some people, let's face it, it's another level. The whole keeper thing, whether it's auctions or dynasty, it's another level. And it seemed like it was beyond some of the league members, and I don't think she explained it right. So I was voting before the season started to go to a standard redraft. Let's keep it simple. Let's not get too crazy. We didn't. We had this disaster, and here we are, right? To be honest, I wasn't that affected because I was picking in the middle round. I had the 6th pick, so I dropped to the 7th. I was alternating between 6 and 7 either way, so for me, it wasn't a huge deal.
But you ended up getting somebody who should have been picked 3rd or 2nd.
Hold on. I will say that when my 4th round pick is freaking, Jacobs, which is shocking, right? That wasn't what I was expecting to have fall to me with the 4th round. Jacobs, I mean, that's a 1st round caliber running back. For that guy to fall to me in the 4th round, yeah, that's pretty, pretty fucked up. Nah.
You're pretty fucking loaded, dude. Stafford, Thomas, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Zach Ertz, Boston Scott, Blake Jarwin, Miles Sanders, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Ben Roethlisberger. First time you have a backup quarterback in a long time. You usually don't even have a starting quarterback on your team. And Preston Williams there with the Dolphins. That he showed some life last year before he got injured. I had him for a little while. So
yeah,
you're pretty loaded.
I think Randy got the best draft in our league, and which is an A+, and I think a couple of us fell behind that with A's. So
that doesn't mean shit, but
this is your team.
This is my team right here.
So not too bad, not too shabby, and
I'll read it out here real quick. So I got Mahomes, one of my keepers, only with the 28 points on Thursday, like you touched on earlier, Hialeah. At the receiver position, and this is always my Achilles heel, I said I'm gonna throw all my picks, and I'm gonna throw so many darts that I gotta hit on some of these guys. So I got Allen Robinson, Tyler Lockett, Michael Gallup, later Marquise Brown, later Deebo Samuel, and later Jerry Jeudy at the end on a flyer. And then at the running back, another keeper for me was McCaffrey. I got Ronald Jones, who is the starter at the moment in Tampa Bay. Darren Waller was another keeper at tight end. Marlon Mack, who you have 2 role, he's a starter for the moment. And I got Kerryon Johnson, who also for the moment is a starter, a 3rd-year starter, I think, over there in Detroit. And then I got Jimmy Garoppolo, backup quarterback. And at the end, I got Greg Olsen, backup tight end.
Yeah, for me, obviously, I don't need to comment on Patrick Mahomes or, Christian McCaffrey. That goes without saying. But, some of the other critical picks here that really make this team dangerous is I think Michael Gallup is going to he had a good year last year. I think Amari Cooper is kind of a boomer bust guy, and I think Michael Gallup is really going to take some strides. I think the Jerry Jeudy pick, especially, I was thinking that pick would be better down the road, but now with Courtland Sutton hurt, I think that's probably going to materialize faster. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, a quality pick. Tyler Lockett, super solid. I had both Lockett and Brown in my team last year, and I know that they could be very productive. Greg Olsen as a sleeper tight end, people forget about this guy. This guy is a great player. He's a little older, but to have him on your bench as your backup tight end, you could do worse, right? So, very solid at the end of the day. And I think one of the most unheralded stars on this team is, believe it or not, is Deebo Samuel, who's hurt and will be out the first 3 games of the season. But that guy is a great player.
I think, Randy, your team is solid. the one position where you're gonna be making choices, and I'm not sure if you made the right choice this week, and that's the second running back. I don't know if I would go Ronald Jones. If anything, I would go Ronald Jones maybe this week or Marlon Mack. I think I might take Mack over Ronald Jones. But going forward with Leonard Fournette, them picking up Leonard Fournette, you're gonna be having a hard time filling that second running back spot. I think, yeah, you went 5 receiver heavy in your draft right off the bat, and I think that hurt your running backs. Of course, Christian McCaffrey's money, but like we talked earlier in the show, if something, God forbid, happened to him, dude, you're thin as fuck at running back.
Ro, you nailed it on the head. Great advice, great analysis. It's a risk that I had to take because year after year, the receiver position has failed me. And I said, I'm not gonna miss out this year on a good season because I don't have good receivers. I'll search for those running backs as needed. I can never find receivers. Those are never waiver wire pickups. I pick up tight ends, I pick up quarterbacks, I pick up running backs. I start the year thinking I'll fill those slots. I can never find a receiver on the wire. Usually the bum hogs all of them. And I don't believe most of the stuff he said. I believe you, Ro. He's my sworn enemy in this league. So I don't believe anything he says.
Well, and here's another thing, and I think it actually adds to what you said, Bob. I mean, but the times that I've ever won the league, I'm more heavier and more solid at receiver than I am running back. In fact, I'm usually able to create something from the running back position, either waiver wire or something, versus the wide receiver position. I usually have to invest heavy there with solid players versus the running back position. That has been my experience.
Yeah, the only thing I will say is I did that, and I still have 4 running backs that at the moment are starters, and one of them is McCaffrey. So I could have done worse. So I gotta work that wire though. You're right about that, Hialeah. I gotta work that wire.
All right, let me ask you guys, because I got a question on my main team, not the one that you guys saw, my main team. And before I get to that, let me just say, if there's ever an opening in your league, I would love to get in. So just let me know.
Hell yeah, somebody might quit. The guy who had the first pick. So
yes.
Hey,
okay.
The second pick.
Your first on the list.
Let me know for next year, dude. If there's an opening, I would love to get in with you guys. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But This is the dilemma I have in my league. Miles Sanders is out, so he's on the bench for me. So I'm going to go. We only do 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. So I got my starting receivers. It's mainly my flex and is it 2? Yeah, I got actually 3 choices for my flex. I got Kareem Hunt. Okay. I got Terry McLaurin. I'm sorry about the last name, the Washington receiver. And then I got Marvin Jones Jr. because Galloway's out.
Yes.
Or limited, right? Who do I start?
Let's look at the matchups. First choice was Browns and Hunt.
Baltimore.
They're
I'm gonna tell you real quick who I got right now starting, and it's Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones was the third choice. The second choice was McLaurin for the Redskins and the Eagles.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Hialeah. I mean, for me, it would have been between Marvin Jones and Terry McLaurin. Now, here's my rationale. Terry McLaurin is really the primary offensive weapon in Washington, and most likely they're going to be behind. But you have a better quarterback and a better team in the Lions with Galladay out and Marvin Jones, who's a kind of a proven guy. So I'd probably lean towards Jones starting there. But I got to tell you, Terry McLaurin, man, He's the real deal, man.
Dude, it's tough, right? But that's the way I was thinking. I was thinking he's got the better starting quarterback. They got more options on offense than Washington does. So McLaurin, I would think McLaurin tomorrow is double teamed all afternoon.
Very possible. Yeah.
So that's why I went with Marvin Jones, and I'm going to stick with Marvin Jones. I'm going to stick with
where you have, like Washington doesn't really have a like. Who's going to play running back for Washington? Is that guy?
We don't know what he's got. We don't know what he's got.
So, that's the other side of that too. That looks so much like a Philadelphia blowout that it probably won't be, right?
I don't think it will. I think it'll be a closer game.
Yeah. So, but I could see your rationale there, and I'd probably lean towards Jones too. Hey, I've picked many a wrong starting lineup, but that's kind of what I would lean towards.
You got to take the chance, right?
This guy is the real deal, though. I think this guy I really wanted to get this guy on my team. There were 2 receivers, actually 3 receivers that I really wanted to get on my team. One was Calvin Ridley, the other was Terry McLaurin, and the other was Robert Woods. I got one of them, but it would have been nice to have the other 2.
Dude, Robert Woods, he only scored 2 touchdowns last year.
Yes.
He's got so much fucking upside, dude, because he caught a ton of balls.
Yeah.
And I didn't get Woods in any of my teams, but I'm almost regretting it now, dude, because I in my main league, I took Kupp instead of Woods.
Well, that's nothing to sneeze at.
It's not a bad. I'm not worrying about that, but I love fucking Woods.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of upside there.
Right here, I'll just throw this little tidbit at you. Philadelphia gave up the 4th most fantasy points to wide receivers last season. I get everything you guys are saying. I really like this guy, and he's definitely going to end up being – this is going to end up being your guy during the year.
He will be.
Yeah. I would probably go with him, but, yeah, I mean, I can't blame you. Let's look and see what Yahoo says about Jones real quick. Marvin Jones, right? Here we go. Marvin Jones.
As opposed to Marvin Gaye.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Chicago gave up the 4th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers last season.
Oh, stop it, Randy, bro. You're making my decision so much harder right now.
Hey, man, I'm here to provide whatever info I can. It's your team. You're going to do what you want, obviously. I'll just go out on a limb, and I'd say I'm going with this McLaurin kid. But I mean, they're projecting them both at like 15 points on the PPR.
Exactly. Exactly, it's about 15 points what they're projecting.
Yeah,
and to the Bums' credit, I always look at the quarterback, man.
Right. So the difference there is you have Dwayne Haskins throwing versus Matthew Stafford.
Exactly, and that kind of really made my decision.
Who's going to be throwing more tomorrow?
That will definitely be Dwayne Haskins, I think.
I think so.
Maybe a little garbage time.
You guys suck. You guys
Garbage time touchdown to McLaurin in the 4th quarter. You're going to remember me.
I've thought about that garbage time too, man. I've thought that too.
Why are you thinking about it? Because it's a hard decision, right?
It's a hard decision.
That's why, right? And you just heard like very good cases for both. That's what makes it a hard decision.
Hey, but can I tell you something? It's a good fucking problem to have.
Absolutely.
It's a good problem to have.
I fucked up with that guy last year. I cut that guy, dude, with my receiver problems last year. No. I might have had him at one point, maybe. I don't know. Jones. I cut Jones at one time, and that cost me.
Yeah,
the thing about Jones,
get him after you cut him, and I couldn't.
The thing about Jones is he's hot and cold, man. You're gonna get a game with 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and then a game with 15 yards.
Yeah,
touchdown dependent guy.
He's a boomer bust.
Yeah, boomer bust, exactly.
By the way, the hurricane is forming behind me, so if I need to go, I'll be off a few minutes relocating to my bomb shelter. But for now, I'm safe. Bum. We talked a lot of fantasy before you got on. We mentioned the Aaron Rodgers, dropping of draft position, which was surprising to all of us. I talked to you about it earlier. What else stuck out to you this year on the fantasy drafts and how they finished? What was like maybe not a surprise, because I did hear Raul talk about mocks and how much mock draft he did. I finally found a guy that does more mock drafts than you. I always just mock people who do mock drafts. I don't really fucking draft. That's why you guys probably do better than me. But what stuck out to you as something kind of crazy this year?
Well, just to add to that whole Aaron Rodgers thing, right? To pile up on that, I'm in a league where my starting quarterbacks are Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. How the hell did that happen? And I got them 8th round and below. Okay, I mean, I think there's something wrong there. I just couldn't pass that up. That just seems wrong.
Right.
And that still is something that I'm having trouble with. I don't understand that. And maybe, I'll suffer because of it, but it just doesn't seem right to have those guys, almost with Aaron Rodgers, I think I got him in the 11th or 12th, and I think I got Brees in the 9th. I just think that's kind of odd, and I just couldn't pass it up. So, that's obviously a big deal.
Let me check real quick here. Are we gonna see the eventual? Because you got to decline. Are we gonna see the decline of Drew Brees though? Is that imminent? Is that this year or?
I mean, it has to happen, right? Just like they've been counting Tom Brady out for a while. I think the Tom Brady and the New England Patriots saga is going to be solved after this year. We're going to get our answer. Was it the coach? Was it Tom Brady, the quarterback? We're gonna figure that out this year, and I'm very excited about that because I've had trouble trying to figure that out for years. But we're gonna figure it out this year. We're gonna know if it was all Belichick, if it was all Tom Brady. We're gonna find out if Cam Newton, plugged into that system, is gonna be as amazing as Tom Brady. I think we're going to get a lot of answers in that respect, and I'm looking forward to that.
Now, we just talked about the two guys, Drew Brees and Brady. Me and Ro already did that before you got on. We ran all the games. Let me run that one by you because it's probably one of the more interesting games tomorrow. What do you think is going to happen in that game tomorrow? Saints, Buccaneers. It's at the Saints, if I remember correctly, and
yes,
Saints minus 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a betting man and they put a gun to my head, I'm going to lean towards the Saints, right? Because they're a known quantity. I don't care how great Tom Brady and Gronkowski is and all this. As a team, they're an unknown quantity, right? Adding Leonard Fournette, I mean, it all looks great on paper, right? I mean, it looks stupendous. Pick them to go to the Super Bowl, right? If you want, but they really are an unknown quantity as a team. So if I had to put my money, I'd go with Drew Brees and that team because they've been a team. But it really is interesting what Tampa Bay has put together, right? And if they can make that work, Bruce Arians is a great coach. If they can make that work, wow, we're gonna see New England south with Tampa Bay. I just can't bet on that right now, right? I can't. And on top of that, Mike Evans is out. I think he's out now officially. They still have a ton of talent, but they don't know how they're going to use that talent. And they don't know how they're going to all work together. I don't know what Gronk's going to do. I heard an earlier conversation about, what's Gronk going to do? I really don't know, man. That guy hasn't played football, in what, a year or so. So there's a lot of question marks around Tampa. That's why I would go with the Saints.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, you basically not in a nutshell, but we basically said, there's going to be a gelling time, getting to know you, my receivers, for Brady, for them. And that may not happen right away. That may be, a few games down the road. So,
and throwing that, man, the Saints home is a tough place to play. That's not exactly where I would want to open up. If I'm a team that hasn't gelled, right?
Even with the limited attendance, I don't give a crap. The Saints defense, they got Marcus Lattimore at the cornerback. Mike Evans is out. That means Lattimore probably is on COVID, right? Godwin. Dude, that's a tough matchup, man. Lattimore is freaking money. I'm leaning New Orleans, dude. We don't know what we're getting. We don't know where we're getting yet.
He may lay an egg, bro. Brady may lay an egg, dude.
He might.
Or it could be the official decline of Breeze. And that whole team, it could be the ascension of Brady with this new Tampa Bay team while the Saints collapse. It could be that. But I'm going to go with the smart money where the team that's been playing together has been. And
I just want to say real quick, I think the Drew Brees downward spiral has already started. I don't think he's the same quarterback he was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Absolutely. So I already see him going down. And you got to say the thing about Brady, bro. He's not going to be freaking playing in his 50s. Come on. He's not freaking superhuman. He's amazing. I think for what he is, I think he's going to be great this year. But I think Breeze is already coming down that downward trend.
Yeah, and some people will say that Aaron Rodgers is in that frame too. I don't know if it's 11th and 12th round of a fantasy league, but yes, I think that everybody will say that these guys are obviously coming down versus going up.
The one thing I want to say to that point about them going later in the drafts, this is the trend I'm seeing. I think everybody's buying into that take your quarterback late.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's and the reason that's finally taken hold, because I've been hearing that shit for years, is that there's so many serviceable quarterbacks in the league right now. I mean, there's only a couple of teams that I can think of that don't have a quality starter. And that's why Aaron Rodgers is now going in the 12th. Drew Brees is going in the 10th, the 9th. It's because everybody, as far as fantasy, is finally bought in. Take your quarterbacks late because there's a ton of them, And like what Randy was saying, you usually don't take a backup, right? I don't either. I took one this time because I did take my quarterback so late. You know what? Let me get another one, and let me just stream them. I'll play the matchups.
Yeah. Smart move. I took a backup this year because Mahomes missed some time last year, but it was tough for me to not keep Mahomes.
Oh, I think that makes perfect sense. So
I probably wouldn't have drafted. I would never have drafted a quarterback. You know what? I probably would have drafted Tannehill like in the 11th round if I was drafting on a redraft league or somebody of that elk that was there.
If I would have Lamar Jackson or Mahomes, I wouldn't have taken a backup. I just wouldn't. Mahomes was injured last year. Yeah. It doesn't mean he's going to be injured this year. And it was an ankle. It was a fluke thing. I think he's going to, unless something happens, I think I see him starting the whole year without a problem. I wouldn't have taken a backup if I would have had one of those two guys.
I think I got Jimmy G like 15th round or some shit. I was like, whatever, dude. Let me just shore this up.
I bet you Derek Carr is still in your league available. I would take him if something were happening to Mahomes. There's still quarterbacks there if your starter gets hurt.
Hey, just to speak to that real quick, my experience. I drafted Mahomes in the 15th round one year. I picked up Deshaun Watson his rookie year off the waiver wire. Anybody could have picked up Tannehill at any point on the waiver wire. Those guys are going to come and go. You're going to be able to get guys. Anything else on football? I want to talk a little bit about the other Miami sports scene before we go.
We gotta talk Heat, man. We gotta fucking talk
dude,
Heat
before I get to the Heat, I know nobody's a real big baseball fan, but I'd be remiss if I don't at least mention, because I may not be able to mention this ever again. The Marlins they lost 12-6. They are sitting at 21-21. They're in the playoffs right now because a bunch of teams are going to make the playoffs. That could change. They have a shitload of games to play in the last month. They have more games to play than days left in the season because of the COVID situation. But it's nice that they're at least in the mix at this point in the season. We haven't seen that in a long time. They did take a fucking beating, a fucking record beating this week. They lost 29-9 to Atlanta, which is unheard of.
I think it's the most in like 50 years or 100 years or some shit.
There's only one game, I think, in the last 30 some odd. There was a 30-run game in the 90s. But yeah, big ass beating they took. One of their pitchers gave up like 12 runs, but still, they're in the mix.
They lost by 20, bro. Who the fuck? When does that happen? Never.
I mean, they scored 9 runs and lost by 20.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
I don't know a ton about baseball at this moment, other than I know that I've been hearing that the Marlins and this new starter Sixto has been incredibly hot. And a major phenom, and everything I guess has been revolving around Sisto Sanchez and what he could do. So I have heard that has been a very exciting component for the Marlins. Aside from that, I couldn't.
Yeah, they're just a scrappy team right now. And yeah, he's giving them a spark for sure. That guy looks like he's going to be a force.
Where's he from?
Well, they got him from Philadelphia. I think he's Dominican nationality wise. But the guy throws straight up fucking heat, dude. His changeup, I mentioned it last week, is in like 90 mile per hour changeup. That's some guys' fastballs are around there. He hits triple digits as a starter, which is kind of rare, a lot.
So, Randy, are you saying that the Marlins are doing the right things going forward?
I am always skeptical about this team because we've been screwed so many times over and over. It's always the same story. Jeter, said the things he had to say. We need to tear it down, build it up again. They've always had a good minor league system, always, that's always been a strong point. They just never keep guys. They never sign guys. So, when are they going to start keeping guys? When are they going to start giving out those contracts? I don't know. That's tough to do if you don't have a full stadium. Maybe now that nobody has a full stadium, that maybe will even out the playing field for them a little bit with some of the other teams. We're going to learn. We're going to really learn about him and them in the next couple of years when some of these guys they have now that are, coming up, it comes time to have to pay them or trade them. So the jury's out, man. But as of now, he said they're doing what he said they were going to do. Tear it down, give some guys a chance.
Bum, I was going to ask you because obviously you know more about baseball than I do. So I was going to ask you, when should we expect the turn of the Marlins? When should the culmination of talent be where it needs to be? And when do you expect that they would be starting to pay people and us making that, movement upward? When is that supposed to be?
I mean, this year's weird, because of the short season and the expanded playoff roster. So, you can't even really. This is like extended spring training, really. So, but in the next couple of years, some of these guys will have gotten enough playing time that you'll know who they are, and it'll be like when they gave Yelich a good contract for them, more so than for him, but. It's just the situation was so weird. Like one guy got traded, then the next guy wanted to get traded, then other guys wanted to get traded, so that it became impossible for them to keep anybody. So to answer your question, though, I think realistically, not next year, but after the following year, so 2022, that should be the season that a lot of these guys arrive, and then there's going to be some decisions to be made on whether you keep some guys or they do the same shit that they always do, which is fucking unload them and start over again, which is what a lot of these small teams do. You know, they got to make money. That's a way to make money. Build up a team, trade away guys, start again, young guys, good deals for the team.
Right.
We're in a big market. Let's see, man. Hopefully, give me an in between. Don't. Maybe you don't sign everybody, but keep some of the guys. Stay relevant. Don't fucking tear it down every 3 or 4 years. Then that sucks, man. That's just a vicious cycle. Sorry to rant on the baseball, but that's.
Well, it's good to know because that, for somebody who doesn't always follow it, you're trying to understand. Okay, when does this tear down and build up process? When is that supposed to, happen?
It happens fast too sometimes. Look at the Astros, dude. The Astros were bad for a long time, and they got good, cheating scandal aside. They got talented players. Say what you will, they were cheating, whatever, but they have good players. I could go out and I could be a cheater. I'm never gonna be good at baseball. You have to have talent, and they got talent fast.
Hey, Go. Let me ask you real quick. How are the Padres doing?
Let's see where they are in the standings, man. They might
They
be the playoffs.
They kind of followed that. They got some big guys. I know Hosmer's injured right now, but they kind of were starting to sign some big ass players. They got Machado.
They have the second best record in the National League. Bad luck. The team with the best record in the National League is in their division, but they're in really good position.
All right, because they kind of started that.
All right, guys, let's shift gears to the Heat here real quick. We got, for the first time since the LeBron era, Eastern Conference Finals.
Dude, crazy, right?
Yeah, man, starting on Tuesday night. Anybody keeping up with the basketball?
Yeah, I am. I'm not going to tell you I'm the biggest Heat fan because as far as basketball, I like different players, different teams, the way they play. But I gotta say, I really like this Heat team. But with that same token, dude, Boston's a really good team too, bro. I like it. I think Jason Tatum is freaking. I've thought this since he was a rookie. He knows how to play.
Yeah,
He's a smart fucking player. I really like Tatum, but I love that Heat team. I think this whole COVID and the bubble worked to their advantage because they're such the organization is so solid. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just worked for them. But I think this is going to be a dynamite series.
Yeah, I watched with my son last night the Toronto Celtics Game 7, and I'll tell you what, the Celtics are solid defensively, very much like the Heat in that respect. I expect a grinder of a series. Gotta love the Heat. I think what's interesting about the Heat from previous teams is that they tend to always be built on a lot of veterans, and that's not so much the case now. I mean, they got Tyler Hero, who's been amazing. It's not just a super veteran team like they've had in the past. I think you mentioned something, Hialeah, that's critical, right? It's a great organization.
Yes.
It's a great organization. I hate to say it, but similar to the New England Patriots in the part that you bring people in there, even troubled people, and they turn out to be better. Or they're able to set them right. Jimmy Butler had been in, I don't know how many, 3 or 4 teams in like 3 years. He gets here, he becomes like a model citizen, really solid, great organization at the end of the day, and it's going to be a fun series.
I will say they have not that super veteran team, but they have a nice mix of young guys in their prime and a couple veterans there. So really nice mix. But if you're a Heat fan, bro, you're a Heat fan, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's who I want, dude. I want Boston. That like you as a fan, not saying, oh, who's the weaker team, who's the easier route. You really want to play the Celtics, dude. That's especially for me. I have that Boston rivalry thing in my head always. So like that's the matchup. That's gonna be what you really want to see. And what would be cooler than seeing them beat the Celtics and maybe face off against the Lakers and LeBron? Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be amazing.
That would be.
Just a quick stat that I heard yesterday that I thought was pretty amazing. After Boston winning that Game 7, they're like 24-9 all time in Game 7. But
one of the classic teams, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this Heat team though is probably my favorite team. And I really like that Heat team before Shaq came. It was Dwayne Wade. I forget. It was Lamar Odom.
Yes.
And they were
Caron Butler.
And they were really young. And then they sent out Butler and they got Kareem and they sent out Odom. But I really like that young team they had.
I did too.
I really love that team, and this team feels like that because they got the youth, they got Butler, and they're fun, man. They look like they're fucking having fun.
Yeah, and that's why I say that's like a big difference, and I have to think that's the influence of Spoelstra, right? Because if it was pure Pat Riley, he probably would have dealt some of this young talent to get some veterans and go that way, because one thing you know about Riley, he's big on the veterans. He doesn't really build his team off young. Except for Dwayne Wade, right? I mean, that was one of those changes there. Aside from that, he usually is a veteran guy. And like what the GOAT said, this is a very well-balanced team, and I think that speaks a lot to Spoelstra.
Dude, I think that's an excellent point, bro. It's not so much Riley anymore. Of course, he's the architect, but dude, give Spoelstra his fucking due now, dude. He deserves it.
What a tandem, though, right? What a fucking what a dude to like bounce something off. Like, hey man, you walk into isn't it nice to walk into your boss's office and know that guy really fucking knows his shit, dude?
Yeah,
he has your fucking back, bro.
That only happened. And let's look at the negative, right? Because let's not get all teary-eyed here. Let's look at the negative, right? In 2017, Riley was getting all kinds of shit for those contracts that he signed, like Whiteside and Johnson and I can't think of the other guy right now. But there were a lot of contracts that people felt were overdone or overcommitted, and they were questioning Pat Riley. Well, how good is he to erase that, get rid of all that, and then somehow get Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero? I mean, how do you get that do-over? Not many people get that. He was able to work it out. I don't know how, but somehow.
You know what people are talking about? The Riley Danny Ainge fucking rivalry. Those motherfuckers hate each other, bro.
Yeah,
I fucking love it, dude. This fucking series is gonna be fucking fire, bro.
That's another added aspect. And what a comment right here from Doomed and Confused. Nobody really thinks this, probably. I know, but that could end up happening at the end of the day. You talk about that other team real quick, guys. That was kind of a team that brought us back too, right? We were not good. That Lamar Odom team with Caron Butler, that was kind of a team that revived us. And this team, we were trending that way last couple of years, but now we're kind of really in the forefront. So a lot of similarities, probably.
Big time.
So just to add to the flash comment that came in there about Spoelstra, and what is it? Is it Jeff Van Gundy? Who is the Knicks coach? Who's now an analyst? I forget the Van Gundys.
I believe that was Jeff, not Stan.
Okay.
Stan was our guy,
Stan coached with us. It was Jeff.
Yeah.
So
Stan is the guy that Pat Riley said, "All right, get out. I'm gonna go win this championship."
exactly.
And I was not a fucking fan of that dude because I thought he was a fucking excellent coach.
Well, Jeff Van Gundy had said something very interesting. He said that when he talks to coaches out there and they say who's the best coach, and he said supposedly Popovich and all these people say that the best coach right now is Spoelstra. That all of these older coaches and all these established coaches, when they say who is the best coach now, they all say Spoelstra, which to me is a heck of a comment. And just adding to that flash that came in there that Spoelstra will be in the Hall of Fame one day. According to Jeff Van Gundy, kind of true, maybe.
I believe it, dude. I think he's already put in the time. When you think about it, how many years has he been coaching the Heat? 12 years? Something like that. 2008, I believe. Somewhere around that time.
Back already? Wow.
And I believe when he started coaching, he was in his 30s. He won 2 championships. Of course, it was with LeBron. He went to 4 straight. He's in the finals now. His teams have always been pretty solid. I think he's only had maybe one season that was lost, that he was a losing season, but the Heat have always been competitive, man.
Yeah, and I think that speaks a lot, right? So what has he shown is that he's got the balls to be able to manage a team with guys like LeBron and Dwayne, which not every coach could do. He's shown he could master the superstars, but he's also shown that if he's given a bunch of scrubs, he can be very competitive, right? He had that year where, I don't know, they lost like the first half of the year, they lost a bunch of games. And then the second half of the year, they almost made it into the playoffs. And it shows that he could deal with both sides of the coin, either really good or really bad. So it's tough not to say that he's not one of those top coaches. I don't know about Hall of Fame, but top coaches, definitely.
I mean, there could be a case made for that. I haven't really thought about that. And this guy's the definition of a Heat lifer, too.
Oh, dude, come on.
1997, Heat assistant. I believe the guy started like copying videotapes as a video room editor kind of guy.
Dude.
Yeah, and then he picked up a smoking hot cheerleader wife along the way, so that the guy's really made a life out of being a Heat lifer, if you will.
I don't see him going anywhere after the Heat, dude. I don't see him going anywhere now, but he's a Heat lifer, dude. He's going to be the Heat coach, and he's going to be nobody else's coach after this shit's over.
And again, that speaks to what you first started to say, Hialeah. It's about the organization.
Yeah.
So a lot of organizations are not able to develop that guy, but most importantly, they're not able to.
You know what's going to happen? Who's going to replace Riley? After Riley's gone, it's going to be Spoelstra as the head of the Heat. Some other coach is going to come in, and that's the way it's going to be, and it's going to continue. And I think it's awesome.
Very possible.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
It's coming down, ain't it?
Yeah. Can you hear it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's coming down.
Sorry if it's fucking with the audio. I'm almost considering moving, but we're almost done. We've been going like 2 hours already. Just a quick prediction, guys. Who's winning and how many games is it going? I'll give you mine first. Heat in 7.
I could see that. I'll double down on Heat in 7. I'll take it.
I'm gonna be the fucking hater. I'm going Boston in 7, dude.
Okay. I'm
going Boston in 7.
Hey, it's certainly very possible.
Yeah, I'm going Boston in 7. I might even say Boston in 6. I just think they're a little bit more seasoned. That's why I'm going with Boston.
I think they're a little deeper too.
Yeah. I don't think that he's there, but I think it's going to be Boston.
There's a either way amazing season by the Heat, even if that does happen.
Exactly.
I'm not a big basketball guy. I used to be. I have talked to some people where they told me there's going to be some size issues with them, and the refs and the league would love to see the Celtics and the Lakers.
Boston Lakers finals. That's classic.
Yeah.
Hey, can I say something else that's classic? Boom. Yeah. You gotta watch this. Boom. Listen. Mira pa acá.
I think he fell asleep. Oh no, there he is.
Boom. How classic is Randy's fucking GOAT, bro? Look at that fucking shit. That's fucking classic. I love it, dude. Look at that shit, dude. He's out of control.
It's my pride and joy. All right, I'm gonna shift from sports real quick. There's a couple of it's 2 hours. You guys cool? You go another 10 minutes? Everybody's cool?
Dude, I'm fine, man. I'm good.
All right, let's go another 10 minutes. Shifting from sports. What is this fucking push-up thing, dude? I see you every day on Instagram doing push-ups.
Dude, that's a 22-day, 22 push-up challenge to promote veterans' mental health. We lose 22 veterans every day to suicide. So that's just bringing up on awareness, not just for veterans, man, but for everybody. This year's been freaking super hard on everybody, and people are stressed out, man. And we just got to keep on top of people and making sure that everybody's all right and not feeling overwhelmed. And, dude, suicide is we lost somebody in the community. In the comic book community to it, and you never would have imagined that would have happened, and you just never know, man. Somebody could be all teary-eyed and bushy-tailed, and inside they're dealing with a lot of demons, dude. And I've had pretty low points in my life, dude. It's happened, and
all have, yeah.
Everybody has, and the thought does occur, and most of us, well, the majority don't do anything on it, but there's a lot of, but it does happen, bro, and a lot of people, it does happen, and sometimes it's just to get attention, but they're trying to get attention, and it's successful, and they don't mean it, and you just gotta be aware of where everybody's at, dude. Call up your friends, make sure everybody's doing well. A call just to say how you doing means a lot to some people, dude, because some people don't get that call, and they could be in dire straits, and we don't never know it. And that's basically what that 22 push-ups is. And like I said, we lose 22 veterans a day to suicide, which is crazy. So I've been doing that. I believe tomorrow's my day 13, so I got another 9 days left after tomorrow, and thank God I've always done push-ups, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. So
I was about to say, bro, hold on. So you got to do 22 push-ups every day for 22 days?
For 22 days, and thank God I've always done push-ups, and it's like a staple for me because, dude, push-ups are freaking amazing and super easy to do, and it takes me a few seconds, not even a minute to do the 22. Usually, last week, I'm going to say a story real quick. Last week, I went away for the weekend. So what I did on the Friday before we left, I recorded. I did like 88 push-ups within an hour. Within like 30 minutes, I did 3-4 videos because I knew I wasn't going to be recording when I left. So I would just upload them afterwards. It's not that hard, man. Push-ups are amazing, and it's for a really good cause, man. Just to raise awareness, man. Just reach out to somebody and see how they're doing. Basically, that's all it is.
Now,
great cause,
dude. I am down with that cause. I do not know how down I am with the push-ups. Can I drink like 22 beers a day or something like that? That I could fucking get behind. That'll be hard for me to do. I'm fucking out of shape right now, but that's awesome, man. I like it. It's.
And you know what, Randy? Maybe I'll tag you tomorrow, man.
Fucking do not do that, bro. That will be the end of our friendship because then I would be so I'd be so pressured to fucking do it. I probably need to do it, but don't do that. I'll appreciate it if you don't do that.
Push-ups are amazing, dude. They're so easy to do, and they're not. I'm not saying they're easy to do, but there's something. It's a good routine to get into, man.
Hey, can I put out a complaint of the week for me?
Go for it.
I'm gonna bitch for 2 seconds here.
Let's do it. I love the rants.
All right, so I'm having a little AC issue in my house, and I had to call up some people to get some quotes. And the last guy that came, this is all, I break things down parts and labor, right? Parts are parts, you're going to have to pay what the part costs, you can't really, labor, you could look at it a little bit closer and say, wow, do you really have to charge me X amount of labor? How much do you think is a fair cost per hour for AC labor?
What kind of labor? Are they replacing a whole unit? Are they just coming out to service it? What's going on?
Like some coil cleaning and maybe like a compressor being replaced.
Well, I have seen by my own experience that the labor is usually a lot more expensive than the parts, is what I've seen in many cases, outside of replacing a whole unit or something. But if, for example, I think I once had like a blown starter capacitor. I think I looked up that capacitor and it was like $15.
Cheap part, yeah, absolutely.
But they charged me like $325 for the whole thing.
And it took him probably less than an hour to change it.
Maybe 30 minutes, maybe less.
Randy, how much are they? Are you cleaning the coils? How much are they charging you for cleaning the coils?
I've gotten quotes all on the spectrum. Because
give me an average.
The average cost was $250. Some people told me up to $600. Some people told me. We got a fantasy question. Let's address it real quick here, guys. Should I start James Robinson or T.Y. Hilton in my flex spot? Bum, I'll let you tackle that, or you go ahead, bro. You can chime.
No. Go ahead, John.
Wow, that's tough because James Robinson, I guess, is the running back for the Jags, and really, you don't know what that backfield is going to be like. It's very likely that they may be behind with the Colts and throwing with Minshew. I don't know. I'd probably lean towards Hilton just because I don't know much about Robinson.
The same game, too. These guys are playing the same game.
Yeah.
We know
at Jacksonville.
At Jacksonville, we know Rivers likes to sling it. I'd probably go T.Y. Hilton too. Yeah. How about you, bro?
I'm going T.Y. as well.
Okay.
I'm going T.Y. as well. Yeah, it's T.Y. You can't go James Robinson. It's an unknown.
Yeah.
Back to the AC for a second. I just think $200 an hour for labor is excessive.
I think for your cleaning the coils, I think $250 is in the ballpark.
Yes.
And that's usually what I've paid. So I think anything over $250 is excessive. Maybe $280, maybe in that ballpark. I think that's you're in the ballpark.
I think also what happens with AC repair is that, especially when it breaks in the summer, is that it's sort of they got you by the ass, right?
You're in despair mode, dude. You're in fucking.
Yeah, if it broke in December, I'm almost sure it's a different price than if it breaks in August.
Yes, there's a scale, and there's a summer price and a winter price. Those guys, it's just like a car, a mechanic or a body shop. You go there, and that place is jam-packed with cars. They're going to charge you more or not even pay attention to you. You go there, and there's nobody there. They're probably going to give you a great deal, and you're probably going to come back. It's just kind of volume. But anyways, not just the cleaning, with the other things, like there was going to be a couple, between the two jobs, I just calculated. I'm like, dude, really? $200 an hour? He goes, dude, we're a big company. You could see our ads on Telemundo, Univision, blah, blah, blah.
Randy,
ads.
Yes.
After we're done, I'm going to give you a phone number. You call the guy, and I know somebody, and I think he's down by close to you, and the guy's always taking care of me. So I'll give you I'm going to give you a number afterwards.
Okay, cool. Ro, you want to tackle that one?
John Brown is Buffalo?
Yes.
Cam Akers is
Rams.
and Emmanuel Sanders is. I'm going Emmanuel Sanders just because John Brown, dude. I don't think Josh Allen. I'm not. Even with Stephon Diggs, I'm not sold on them. Josh Allen is more of a running back. His accuracy is not there. Cam Akers unknown. I believe Malcolm Brown is starting. And I will have to go with Emmanuel Sanders just because Michael Thomas is going to get so much fucking attention. I think Emmanuel Sanders is super savvy, and he's going to get a lot of work because Michael Sanders really hasn't had that number 2 receiver with him yet. And Sanders,
everywhere that every time that I've owned Manny Sanders, that guy produces.
He's been money, bro. He's been money
every time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back you guys up on that one too. So I think it's a consensus, Manny Sanders on that one. All right, enough about my fucking AC problems. Yeah, give me that guy's number later. Anybody watching anything cool on TV?
Dude, I just want to bring one topic up, man, because we were texting back and forth. Okay, yeah, I watched The Boys. Right, I don't know if you guys have watched it, dude. That show is super graphic, but I don't want to. It's really not about the show. It's on Amazon Prime. You know how they dropped the seasons. What they did with The Boys' second season, they dropped the first 3 episodes, and now they're staggering every other episode every Friday. Do you have a problem with that, or would you like it just to fucking drop all at once? I'm going to tell you my thoughts after you guys, or I'll tell you my thoughts. I kind of you want all the episodes at once, right? But as far as a show, I want to keep that enthusiasm, that excitement going longer. Because if you just drop it, drop 3 episodes, get everybody's attention, and then stagger it. It keeps the attention going for 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever length of the season is. If you just drop it once, dude, everybody's gonna binge it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. Everybody's on to the next shit.
Yeah, it keeps you wanting more.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's great. It's funny. I was texting Randy, and then a friend of mine went on Instagram and said that he hated it. And I was like in total disagreement. I think as far as a showrunner, I would rather keep that excitement going.
I would agree with you. I that's how I would feel. Yeah, definitely. Even though most of the times they just drop the whole season in, but I would agree with you. It keeps you excited. It keeps you wanting more. So yeah.
Have you watched The Boys?
I have not.
Dude, you gotta watch it. It's superhero. It's based on a comic book, but I gotta tell you, dude, it is so fucking graphic and so out of the norm. It's by Garth Ennis, and dude, it's like superheroes gone bad, dude. It's so fucking good. It's fucking really good.
I'll have to check that out. There's so many different things to go out there and watch. I will say this, just since we're talking about this, and I don't know if you guys caught it, for those that are interested, The Walking Dead is finally ending.
Yeah, season 11.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Let me put my 2 cents on that real quick, Hialeah. I always thought when I saw Netflix do it that style where they drop the whole thing, I go, wow, this is so weird. They just put it out and they kind of burn it, and then people burn through it and then it's gone. There's something to be said for that Game of Thrones type event. Sunday night we watch it, we talk about the theories all week. There's stuff going on the boards. I always thought they're missing an opportunity here by just giving everybody all that shit all at once, and they're binging it. Most of the time, I'm a big Stranger Things guy, and I binge it, dude. When it comes out, I just binge it, and then then that's it. Then I gotta wait another year. So it is cool, and that show, I started watching it. I really enjoyed it. It's something totally different on the superhero take. So I think, man, they're doing it the smart way. That's a good way. Why do we have to watch it all at once, dude? Let's be patient, man. Let's let it marinate, a little bit. Give us something to look forward to.
Yeah, I gotta catch that. I gotta check it out.
Dude, hey, Bum, you gotta watch it, bro. It is so fucking. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's it's not your typical superhero, dude. You're gonna see some shit that you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? And to that point, today, as far as binging, I binged the whole first season of Cobra Kai. It's like based on the Karate Kid,
I
dude.
heard
That was
that's good.
Dude, it was excellent. I had so much fun watching that today. I'm gonna watch probably season 2 in the next few days with my wife. She even loved it. Very good.
Everybody tells me that that's good. How about
Yeah, it was good.
anybody into Umbrella Academy?
Oh, dude, Umbrella Academy,
Sarah is very much into it.
fire, bro. The second season was fire.
I'm not
Fire.
all the way caught up, but I've seen some episodes, and yeah, that I want to watch the rest
Yeah,
of
I
it.
saw a couple with my daughter, and it looks pretty cool, but I didn't see the whole season.
Excellent, dude. Excellent. Umbrella Academy is excellent.
Mandalorian is confirmed date now. I think October.
Yeah,
If I'm wrong.
it's October something, and that's freaking fire as well, dude. It's so good. So well done.
Looking up to that. I don't. Maybe I shouldn't even do this, but I'm gonna throw it in. I think we've all talked about this at some point. Is everybody in agreement that this election, no matter what way you go, I'm not saying pick sides, what are you, whatever, but like there's gonna be trouble. Bum, we've talked about it a lot too, and I you mentioned that to me. There's gonna be some shit, right? No matter what happens.
I am of the thinking that it's going to be ugly. I mean, that's what it looks like. Maybe I'll be wrong. Hopefully, I'll be wrong. But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Either way.
I'm in agreement, and I think the voter turnout is gonna be fucking fire, but the controversy after, whichever way it goes, is gonna be ugly.
Yeah. I was going to ask you guys, I'm not sure if maybe you had spoken about it before I got on, but you guys think that football will be a complete uninterrupted season, or you think we'll have some issues with football?
I'll go first if you want, Hialeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's inevitable that there's gonna be some hiccups. I looked at baseball, and then these dudes are sweating on each other, and like they're traveling, and basketball had the best shot with the bubble situation. So there's gonna be some missed games, I think, man. I hope not, but it seems to be like something inevitable that's gonna happen. Just the nature of the game and the amount of dudes. There's how many dudes travel with a football team? You got the roster, the coaches, the equipment guys, probably press secretary, journalist. I don't know how that's working out, but I got to put that number between 150 and 200 dudes or more.
I mean, even if it was 50 or 80, it's a lot.
It's not a 12-team 12, 15, 20 dudes in basketball or 30, 40 baseball team. You got a major contingent of people traveling. It's going to be tough. I'd be amazed if they don't miss games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the positive side. I hope they don't. I'm gonna say they don't miss any games. I think some players will come down with it, but I don't think they're gonna miss any games. I want to be positive. I want to get back to normal as far as we can, and I think football, basketball, all that's kind of getting us back to that normal. So I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say we don't miss any games.
That would be awesome, dude. I would love that because that means we're on the right track. We're getting back to normal.
Yeah.
The virus is dying down if that happens,
Yeah. I sort of feel like my primary attitude is like Hialeah. Like, I want to stay positive. I want to see football. I'm excited to see football. But in the back of my mind, I feel like a little bit more like the GOAT. Like, we're going to have our problems. I just hope they don't cancel it or suspend it or, you know, that if we do have problems, it's not so consequential, you know, that we'll be able to move forward. So
you're saying Raul's the little angel on your shoulder, and I'm the little devil on your shoulder. All right, that's cool.
Pretty much, bro. It's Animal House all over again.
I'll be the devil.
Fucker.
great movie.
Dudes, I just want to say thank you guys for coming on. Raul, the next time you come, you're going to be the 10th time on the show. So I'm going to have to cut you a cake or something. And thank you for always coming on. Appreciate it. You too, Bum.
Always a good time.
You did a part-time
Start.
shift today. You came off the bench, but thank you for coming in. If you're watching the video on the replay or live, hit the like, subscribe, the notification bell. I'm going to try to go live every Saturday at 10:30 for now, just to prove that I have no life, and this is what I do on Saturdays at 10:30 now with my life. So thanks for watching, guys. This dude over here, check him out. I put his link down below. Hialeah Comic Bro. You want more football? He's gonna do more football on Monday
night at 7 Eastern. We're going to be going over all the Sunday games, and we're going to be previewing the Monday night games.
So like a little fantasy too. Fantasy.
Yeah, we'll be talking fantasy. We'll be talking fantasy.
All right, cool. I'll check that out. And I'm gonna do a giveaway soon. I'll announce it probably in the next coming weeks, like a sub giveaway or something. So check out that. I'll probably do something with Man of Action figures for the show. Bum, do you have any parting thoughts before we go for the evening?
You know, my parting shots are I'm happy that football is back. I'm happy that fantasy football is back. I'm hoping that I could come back from a 8th place start last year. And, you know, looking forward to it. And thank you again for letting me speak into the show.
Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.